Welcome to the podcast, folks. Today, we're diving into what it truly means to have an entrepreneurial mindset, like how seeing problems as opportunities can transform your whole approach.
Oh, absolutely. It's a fascinating topic. What really stands out first is how entrepreneurs tend to see opportunities where others see obstacles, right?
Exactly. It's like when you face a setback, instead of saying, this sucks, you ask, hey, how can this be better? And that's the spark for innovation.
Right. I mean, think about Airbnb. What started as a solution during a hotel shortage, and then it grew into something huge. That's classic entrepreneurial thinking.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's this whole idea of being comfortable with calculated risks. Not every risk is reckless. It's about weighing what could go wrong against what might go right. It's like, if you never risk, you'll never get ahead.
True, but sometimes I wonder if playing it too safe can be worse. I mean, waiting around might lead to missed opportunities, don't you think?
Absolutely. The content really highlights that. Playing it safe is its own kind of risk. When you're stuck in fear mode, you might end up stagnant. So taking that calculated leap is essential if you're aiming for breakthrough success.
It's like, taking a leap of faith, but with backup plans in place, right?
Right. Exactly. And then there's embracing failure as a form of education. I mean, look at James Dyson. He built, over 5,000 prototypes before hitting the big breakthrough. Each failure was a lesson.
That's a powerful lesson. I sometimes hear people say, failure is not an option. But in this case, it's a necessary stepping stone.
Definitely. Failure in this mindset isn't a dead end. It's just a detour. You learn something new every time and adjust your path accordingly. It shifts your whole perspective on challenges.
And speaking of challenges, resilience really comes into play here too. Entrepreneurs need that relentless, unwavering drive to bounce back from setbacks.
Yeah, exactly. Resilience is like emotional immunity. You don't let a single failure define you. Instead, you see it as feedback to keep moving forward.
I do want to point out, though, sometimes it's easier said than done. It's challenging to separate your self-worth from your business results.
That's a fair point. But the idea here is to cultivate the mindset that these setbacks are not personal. It's just business feedback.
Indeed.
And that helps maintain composure even during rough patches.
Right, keeping emotions in check is key. Now, what about that whole idea of continuous innovation?
Oh yes, that's like the heartbeat of entrepreneurial strategy. It's about asking what if and why not. Basically experimenting constantly to keep refining ideas.
Yeah.
Whether you're building something new or reimagining the old, it's that constant curiosity that drives growth.
And I love how they tie this back to everyday practices, like taking time to note down any little spark of inspiration. Kind of like having your personal think tank on the go.
Exactly. And then there's the really neat shift, like focusing on solutions rather than problems. When challenges come up, you jump straight to brainstorming how to overcome them rather than getting bogged down. It's a proactive approach that fuels progress.
I do have a thought here. Sometimes problems are so big that coming up with a solution isn't straightforward. Do you think this solution-oriented mindset is overly optimistic?
That's a good challenge. I think the strategy is not to downplay the problem, but to approach it with a clear, resourceful mindset. It's about being pragmatic and looking for ways to break down the huge problem into smaller, manageable parts.
Fair enough. And then there's the idea of prioritizing growth over comfort, seeking challenges deliberately because they know that's where real improvement happens.
Right. It really boils down to stepping out of your comfort zone to truly evolve. Being open to discomfort is often the price for great success. A crucial mindset for anyone aspiring to be an entrepreneur.
So, to bring it all together, these traits create the frame for what we might call a rich life. Not just in money, but in personal growth and fulfillment. Yes?
Exactly. Living a rich life isn't just about wealth accumulation. It's about designing your life around resilience, solution focus, and continuous innovation. It's about aligning your values with your actions and taking control of your destiny.
I really love that angle. Now, how does one actually go about developing this entrepreneurial mindset? There are some practical steps mentioned.
Oh, absolutely. The first step is to surround yourself with success. People who inspire you, challenge you, and push you toward excellence. Being in the right environment can significantly shift your thinking.
It reminds me of that old saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Precisely. And then there's implementing deliberate learning habits, constantly seeking out new skills and knowledge, then turning them into actionable business insights. It's not just
Exactly.
passive learning, it's about doing.
And not to forget, setting ambitious yet clear goals. That long-term North Star vision that drives day-to-day actions, right?
Yes, yes, that's key. It's like having a roadmap. You need to know where you're headed, but also understand the steps to get there. And it's these tangible targets that keep you accountable.
I also appreciate how it emphasizes taking consistent, imperfect action. Perfectionism can be a huge roadblock for many aspiring entrepreneurs.
Exactly. It's about progress over perfection. Even if every step isn't flawless, each one is a learning opportunity.
Totally.
The momentum from consistently making moves really builds your momentum.
And in the face of challenges, we have some really practical advice on maintaining that mindset. Things like mastering your emotional responses and having systems to navigate uncertainty.
Absolutely, that's another layer. You have to tackle those inevitable setbacks by processing them as feedback rather than letting them derail you. It's about staying calm, breaking problems down, and then meticulously handling each piece.
Which really circles back to protecting your mental health too. Not tying your identity solely to business success is a healthy perspective.
Right? And that's so essential. When you separate self-worth from your ventures, you preserve your ability to innovate and push forward without burnout. It means you can celebrate wins and learn from losses without letting either define you.
This entrepreneurial mindset seems to be a holistic approach, blending personal growth, resilience, innovation, and a proactive attitude toward challenges.
Exactly. It's not just about building a business. It's about crafting a life that's rich, intentional, and true to your values.
Absolutely.
And that mindset paves the way for both professional achievements and personal fulfillment.
Wow. Thinking about it that way really fires up the ambition. Now, I'm curious, do you think this mindset can be adopted gradually, or does it require a transformative moment?
Great question. I believe it's both. Gradual habit building with those daily actions really accumulates, but sometimes life's challenges trigger a transformative outlook.
True.
Either way, it's about consistent effort and reflection.
And it's amazing how actionable strategies like surrounding yourself with success and setting a clear roadmap can make it tangible.
Indeed, it's a practical guide to not just aspiring for success, but instilling resilience and creativity in every step of the journey. It truly
Definitely,
equips you
yeah.
to design a rich life on your own terms.
I love this conversation. It's like being handed a toolkit for life, with every tool purposefully crafted for growth and innovation.
Exactly. It's the ultimate mix of mindset and action. As we wrap up, remember that every challenge can be transformed into a golden opportunity if you harness these entrepreneurial traits.
Absolutely.
Just take that next imperfect step forward.
Thanks for the deep dive today. This conversation really re-energizes the idea that no matter where you start, cultivating the right mindset is everything.
For sure. Keep questioning, learning, and innovating. That's the recipe for a rich, authentic life. And thanks to everyone listening for tuning in to this exploration of the entrepreneurial mindset.
Until next time, keep transforming challenges into opportunities and stay inspired.